What's going on, guys? Isaiah from the California Walk-In Store. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the simple upgrades that you can do yourself at home to your AEG to up that performance. So let's get right into it. Number one, the most easiest thing that you can probably do, change your BB. Like in last week's video where we talked about the simple upgrades that you can do for bolt actions, these next three options, including BBs, are going to be the exact same things. Literally just changing up the gram of the BB, experimenting a little bit, seeing which is going to work best. Typically recommend going from 0.25 and going up from there. It's going to take a little bit of experimentation on your end, but honestly it is going to be worth it, finding that perfect gram. Number two is going to be the bucking itself. Buckings are definitely going to play a big part. We recommend brands like, some of the stock ones are actually going to be pretty good, like the G&G green buckings. Those actually work really, really well. The Mad Bull Blues, the Modify, those are pretty much the mains that are coming off my head right now. But again, experiment. It's going to take a little bit of experimentation, but typically we find that brands like that work really, really well. Make sure you get the right type for your gun too. There is a difference between the ones that are specific for bolt actions and AEGs. They are different spec. And number three is going to be, of course, the inner barrels. Oh, thank you, Cisco. I mean, disembodied hand. Inner barrels itself. Typically, the bore is going to play a huge, huge part in this. Length can as well. We typically recommend going with a 6.03, typically of a stainless steel make. That will definitely up the accuracy and overall consistency in your gun. There, different lengths, so you want to make sure that you get a length that'll work best for your gun as well. The next one is going to be for AEG specific, changing the battery. You can usually go ahead and find different batteries at different voltages, everything from nickel monohydrate 9.6, 8.4s to about, oh, thank you, sister. I mean, again, disembodied hand. I should just start calling you God from now on. You can usually find those from ions, LiPo batteries. Voltages will change from model to model.
There's plenty underneath here.
7 4s, 11 1s.
Actually, here, let me just throw on those batteries right there.
There you go. 7 4s and 11 1s. Now be sure that when you are experimenting, read the manual and do a little bit of research on your gun. Make sure that your gun can handle it. Not all guns, stock anyway, can go ahead and handle the stress from a higher voltage battery like an 11-1. Some guns are specifically made for specific voltages of batteries and can't be changed. Can't change that out as is, not without some modifications, of course. And then the next thing on the list is going to be the motor. The motor can definitely go ahead and play a huge factor. It's typically recommended to go ahead and have it reshimmed with your gearbox so that it meshes properly, but you can go ahead and do that at home. Honestly, this is probably going to be another thing next to batteries. It's not going to be as easy, but again, it's still relatively simple. Again, be sure that you don't get too strong of a motor that'll go ahead and break your gearbox, but typically switching out the motor and the battery are probably some of the easiest things you can do for your AEG. So that about wraps it up for this week's episode, guys. Of course, we can't end it without this big guy. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. All right, cool. So one spin will determine next week's episode. So yeah. Let's see here. What do we get? Pistols. All right. Not sure what that'll entail, but we're gonna be talking about pistols next week. So
I feel like that's gonna be a multi-topic one.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes next week. Take it easy, guys.